Have you ever seen those people who scale down their lives, move to an exotic location, and then live out of one of those amazing tiny homes? I'm sure every one of us has. Well, we all know what the final product looks like, but have you ever wondered what these incredibly detailed and ornate homes look like before they make it to an episode of HGTV? Check out this video and you'll see where tiny homes are born.
You'll have equity in that deal, so whenever that property sells, you will get that original investment back.
I'm guessing most of us know what a tiny home is. Whether you saw it on an episode of HGTV, at a beachfront resort, in a mountain retreat, or just saw it getting pulled down the highway behind a truck and thought, okay, that's pretty cool. But before one of these luxury homes ever makes it to its exotic location, it first has to be built. In this video, I'm going to take you through a tiny home manufacturing plant and show you how these incredible works of art go from being an idea to a dream home. Okay, so we've just entered the facility and it's absolutely huge. The total square footage under roof is over 220,000 square feet. As you can see, this place is a beehive of activity, and this footage was taken during lunchtime. So you can just imagine what it looks like when the entire shift is on hand. The plant runs several crews in order to increase output, and this allows them to pump out between 5 and 6 homes per month, or 60 to 70 homes a year. Now, this might not sound like a lot, but when you see the level of detail that goes into these homes, you'll understand why it takes such a massive operation to produce these things. This ain't your granddaddy's hunting shack you grew up hunting in. Hold up, let's go back a minute. Hold up, back a minute. Hold a minute. Go back a minute. Now let's talk about what's actually going on at this plant. All right, so I know it looks like organized chaos in there. Well, maybe it looks just like regular chaos. And I can understand why you think that. You see part of frames in one spot, and then you see a pile of wood over here, and then you see a partially built floor over here, and then like a half-built home, and then there's a pile of shingles, and there's a pile of siding, and then there's what looks to be like a pretty much finished product somewhere, but they're just all over the place, and people are going in and out and up and down all over the place. And from ground level and from the untrained eye, it does look a lot like craziness, and it looks very messy and unorganized. And while there's always room for improvement in processes and efficiency, this plant is actually set up pretty efficiently when you can see the flow. And the best way to see the flow is from a bird's eye view. So that's what we're going to do right now. Check this out. So the entire premise of this whole operation and this assembly line is 4 lanes in 2 directions. So you start on, let's call this the right side of the screen, and you move from right to left, and then you move from left to right. So those first 2 homes, they run 2 homes that start in the middle, and then they run down to the left, and they'll go from stage to stage to stage, and at each stage they'll get something else done. They'll start out with just the frame, the trailer, and then they'll get the floor, the subfloor, and then they'll get the studs, and then they'll go into the walls, and then they'll go into yada 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 down the road. And so they start moving from right to left, and then they go into stage 2. After stage 2, they move on to stage 3. And at stage 3, when they're complete, this is essentially where they are. They look kind of like a house, but they have no siding and none of the interior is done. So now they're going to move into stage 4, which is where they flip 180 degrees and they start going back the opposite direction. So at this point, you've got the exterior siding going on, you've got the finished flooring going in, you've got the appliances going in, you've got all the electrical, plumbing, and all that kind of stuff that's actually getting finished. So it's roughed in at stage 3, and then stage 4, you're starting to finish it. And then it moves into the last stage, which is essentially the paint, the countertops, the lights, and all of the finishing stuff, final sanding, final prep, final cleaning. And then the last stage is they are a completed house and they are ready to be delivered from the factory to their new owner.
All right, this one is ours. It smells so good in here, guys. So this one's gonna go in one of our Florida parks, Pensacola parks. We got a couple waterfront spots, so you can kind of see that beachy look from the outside. This one has a 10-foot deck, so a little bit smaller than that other one. Excuse me, an 8-foot deck, so a little bit smaller than the other one. Still really good size.
All right, hey guys, we're gonna do a quick walkthrough of this cabin that's heading towards Florida. So it's kind of a more beachy theme. It's got one bedroom, it has a loft. Of course, it's gonna have a full bathroom. So let's go check it out. It has an 8-foot porch. Inside here, you'll see that the loft here is going to be open. Got the vaulted ceiling, and then the dormer up here, also the vaulted ceiling, so up there. So fixed stairs, lots of shelving underneath. This one actually has a instant hot water heater, electric, so never run out of hot water on this one. And we have a mini split air conditioner up here. So up there on the top, you could easily put a king size bed, or most likely two twin size beds, you know, on the floor for the kids. Of course, there'll be railings and whatnot up there. The kitchen is over here, and so this is our living space. Likely the TV goes on that wall, couches here, and then from about this post back is going to be your cabinetry and kitchen. So inside of here, you're gonna have pocket doors, a little bit dark in here, apologize. You're gonna have your vanity, and then over on this side is gonna be your commode. And again, obviously your full shower set up there. Coming to the back, so again, this is one bedroom. So this bedroom is much bigger than the last one we looked at. This will hold a king size bed, no problem. And then if you come over here, this will be a closet, right? Closet with doors. This generally has a built-in here, or some leave it open and to put like a little tiny bench to sit on and stuff. And then usually some people put a TV and hang that up in here. So pretty good size master bed or single bed up here, recessed LED lighting, vaulted ceiling. This one, the walls will stay the natural pine color. So essentially the walls will get trimmed out here, but it'll stay, the look will stay just the way it is. Again, I'm 6'4", so the galley section or the kitchen section is a little bit tighter, obviously, here on this one, but we have a loft up in front of it. But unless you're about 6'7", you should be fine. Go.
All right, we'll check the loft out really quick. I am not going to crawl in there, but that's about 4 feet.
Yeah.
So plenty of room. I mean, that's this is 13 feet wide, and it goes side to side. So you got 13 feet times, it's probably about 7 feet deep. So you can kind of do the math on that right there. And then about 4 feet. So you got plenty of room for a bed, a little play area. You could totally put a TV up against that back wall, or they could do kind of the cool thing, have the TV down over here and just hang off, you know, like what kids do. You got some cool stuff that you can hang up here. You can hang lights, or, you know, kind of decorate it how you want. Just a cool, really cool frame. It's just a really neat look. So That's it.
All right, guys. So that model right there was what they call a 103. Now, this is a manufacturer, so they are essentially the wholesalers, and then they're going to be working with the brokers for these deals. So you actually won't buy them directly from this factory. The good news is that our company is now dealers for this manufacturer. So what that means is that if you need a tiny home, you know who to call. All right, so I wanted to show you that home so you can kind of see one that was partially built out. Obviously, there was a lot to be desired in that one as far as things done, but it shows you kind of the shell of what one of these tiny homes looks like. It was obviously missing cabinets, the countertops. A lot of these have built-in beds, and you'll see that in the next home we do. And they have, really cool sinks, and they have the washer and dryer in there, and all the appliances. And then they've got the extra trims and the staining and the painting and just the stuff that finishes out the look of the home. And one of the cool things that I never really thought of, and I guess in the grand scheme of things it's kind of small, but out on the patio, and you'll see that on this next one, which is actually called the 125 model, is instead of using picket fence, we used a little bit different material to finish that one out and give it a really cool rustic look. Check this one out.
It sound right, boys.
So I love all the models that we checked out, but that last one, I mean, come on, that was pretty awesome. And by far my favorite model. Even though it's only 400 square feet, it felt like it was 1,000 square feet or bigger. The layout was really well thought out. The finishes were amazing. And that hog wire, are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Now, if you thought that factory with the nearly completed homes was cool, you're gonna love my next video in the tiny home series. We have our very first brand new, never been used tiny home getting delivered to our park in Pensacola, Florida. Remember that first home I showed you in that video? Well, that one was ours, so you're gonna see the final product when it gets delivered. It's gonna be placed in one of our luxury spots overlooking the water, and it's gonna be an awesome vacation rental for visitors to the beautiful city of Pensacola, Florida. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and it would be awesome if you subscribe to the channel so you can get notified as soon as we get our newest tiny home delivered to our park. Once again, I really appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I'm super excited to see the finished product. Until next time, here's to your wealth.